The problem with RC maintenance isn't skill, it isn't tools, it's sequence. Every UDR on this bench came to me in a different state. One has been on my protocol since the day it came out of the box 3 years ago. One was a basket case, you might have seen that video. And one had about 12 battery packs on it with what the owner called regular maintenance. Different inputs, different histories, different problems, same output. Most experienced owners don't miss things because they lack skill. They miss things because they haven't decided yet. Every time you approach a car without a fixed sequence, you're making decisions. What to check first, whether you can skip this one today, whether that play in the output shaft is worth investigating now or later. Decisions made under fatigue, after a long run or in low light produce misses. Not because you don't care, because you haven't removed the decision. Experience doesn't prevent misses, sequence does. What I'm going to show you is the operating system behind every car you've seen leave this bench in race-ready condition. It's not a checklist, the checklist is consulted, this is followed. Every step in a fixed order. Every measurement standard locked in. Every pass or fail criterion already documented. By the time I pick up the first tool, every decision has already been made. I'll show you where this protocol starts, and it's not where most owners expect. This is car 1. It has been on this protocol since the first day of ownership. 3 years, race-ready standard, every session. I'm not going to tell you it has no wear, it does. What I will tell you is that every wear reading sits within the documented baseline, tracked from day one, with no unplanned failures. That is what the protocol produces when it starts from nothing. Car 2 is the basket case. If you've seen those videos, you already know what was found under a car listed as fair. What the protocol revealed required multiple, intense sessions to correct. It still left this bench in the same state as car 1. The protocol does not require a good starting point. It identifies where the starting point actually is and works from there. Car 3 is the one most of you need to pay attention to. The owner ran 12 battery packs. He was not neglectful. He did what most owners do. He cleaned the car, he checked the obvious things after each run, he called it regular maintenance. When the protocol went through this car, however, step by step, in fixed order to pre-decided standards, it found things the owner had no knowledge of. Not catastrophic failures, not basket case conditions either, but the kind of wear that accumulates quietly below the threshold of casual inspection until it becomes an unplanned cost at the worst possible time. This car is the benchmark for this series, because this car is most of you. 3 cars, 3 completely different intake conditions. Not one of them cleared every step of the protocol without a correction. Here is what the second half of the sequence reveals, and why this section is where most results get confirmed. The second half of the sequence works through the drivetrain, the electronics, and the final functional verifications, in order to standard. This is where car 3 revealed output shaft play the owner had never felt in 12 packs of running. This is where car 2's front diff, already flagged in the first session, was confirmed, corrected, and documented. And this is where car 1, as it has done for 3 years, confirmed what a protocol-maintained platform looks like against its own baseline. Variable input, fixed sequence, consistent output. That is not a coincidence. Car 1, 3 years of documented baseline, 0 unplanned failures. Car 2, basket case intake, race-ready output. Car 3, 12 packs of casual maintenance corrected in 1 session. Same result every time. This is what a validated protocol delivers. This is what your car deserves. Everything in this video, every check, every measurement standard, every decision that has already been made for you exists as a complete documented procedure. 3 years of Car 1, 2 additional platforms, 1 protocol that does not miss a correctable issue on any of them. That procedure is in the book. It is almost ready. Visit rcworkbench.com to know when it becomes available, and become a part of the R&D department on Patreon to see it come together in real time. If you've been following this series, you already know what this protocol prevents. Now you've seen what it consistently produces. Next, we go deeper into the setup procedure, step by step, standard by standard. I'll see you at the workbench.